Alright guys, this is the latest addition to the fleet here, DCS Ranch. I picked up this 1994 Chevy 1500. For 94, almost 20 years old, she's in decent shape. Guy took good care of it, changed just about everything there was to change mechanically on it. The interior is really clean. The rockers are solid, usual rust on the corners, the cabs, and the bottom of the doors. But she's pretty decent for a 20-year-old truck. This is the very first pickup truck I've ever had with a tonneau cover on it. I'm not a big fan of the tonneau cover. Really not a big fan of working out of pickup trucks, where I've always had the step van like the one over there. And, I've always worked out of step vans. The first one actually is right there. That's the remains of my first one. You guys seen an earlier video of me cutting the cab off of that. I had a head-on collision with that truck. But anyway, picked up this little pickup truck actually for my wife to run around with, and instead of getting another car, the tonneau cover is a pain in the butt. Just like caps, you got to get to your tools in there. You got to, in this case, you unsnap it, which these are a bitch. Take these snaps, unsnap this thing in the winter. The snaps don't want to cooperate re-snapping, and crawling in there really sucks. That's why I always hated about a cap. Caps I had in the past, I used to hate them. Back then my son was young, I used to make him crawl in and get the stuff. But anyway, trying to resolve that issue with having to crawl in there is what I came up with. I want to share with you guys. Bear with me while I open this thing. Alright, very, very simple. You guys have seen the vaults that they make for trucks. A lot of videos on YouTube about them. I made a simple tray, simple drawer, 4 foot by 8 foot. This way I can get everything out that I have to get out without touching that top. And I really like it a lot. Thought it was worth sharing with you guys. I put this roller here to carry the middle weight, because when it rolls out and the wheels come off the plywood, it sags, so this carries it. And use straight wheels, 2-inch wheels. Put a piece of 3/4 inch plywood on the bottom, because the wheels don't roll good obviously on this rippled stuff here in the bed liner. So put 3/4 inch plywood on the bottom, and let me pull it out and I'll show you the rest. Bear with me here while I set this camera down. Alright, I'll try to do this. There she is. As you can see, I put a foldable plastic horse underneath it. I can roll it out. I can roll it out fully 8 feet, and put those reflectors on the side, because I'll be working on the road sometimes. Open it up, make it visible. Very, very simple. 3/4 inch ply, 2x6, and I made the partitions of it removable, so I can pull it out, drop them in, and I'm going to be adding more of those, so I can basically move it up or down, almost like a pegboard moves up and down, and shelving in a wall unit, and I can divide it any way I want. Now obviously I keep the things up front that are, number one, the heaviest things, so they count to the weight, and number two, things I don't get to, things I don't use every day. I might use them once every couple of weeks. I keep them up front, okay? But I really actually wish I thought of this years ago when I had a cap, because the beauty of the whole thing to me is that using 2 of those plastic horses, I could slide this thing all the way out, slip the two horses underneath it, and pull away. Then I can take the tonneau cover off and I can use my truck to pick up firewood, pick up a tractor, whatever I want to use it for, as a real pickup truck. So, I think that's a really big plus. And, 2-inch wheels, straight wheels, not pivoting wheels. Right there you can see the straight wheels. Okay, now put 4 on each side. 4 wheels on each side, and it's really very simple. It took me an hour to make. Throw this thing together real quick. Thought it was worth showing you guys. Anybody has a cap or a tonneau cover, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Before I was getting to the things, I mean, picture if I had to get to this toolbox here, and it was all the way up front. What a freaking pain in the ass that would be. Now I slide it out, grab the toolbox, slide it back in. No freaking problem. So, but being able to remove the whole thing and then take off with the truck, come back up to it, slide it back in, I think that's really super convenient. So, so I'm not losing my pickup truck. I'm not turning the pickup truck into something else permanently. This thing just rolls right out and that's it. Okay, so I thought it was a worthwhile little project worth showing you guys. It cost me about 50 bucks total. Wheels, wood, everything. About 50 bucks. So that's the story. Let me slide it back in. I'll show you how easy that goes. Bear with me here. One more additional thing I added. Put 2 locks over here, which sometimes don't line up. I gotta fix them. But put 2 additional little locks on here, one on each side. Okay. Like I said, they don't line up perfectly. I gotta drill the holes. But anyway, and the idea behind that was, in the event by some wild chance my tailgate was to flip down, or I would forget it and leave it down, I ain't gonna worry about the whole thing sliding out on me going off the road. So just a little safety precaution there. So that's really just about it. Again, this thing here, this roller here, available at Harbor Freight, 6 bucks. Screws right in. And that's the story, guys. Very, very simple way to solve the problem of getting tools out of your truck. I thought it was worth sharing with you guys. Hope you liked it. I hope this helps someone else out. Thanks for watching. Book 'em down.